Hello everyone, I'm ExtraCheesy87 and this is Let's Play Trails Into Reverie Part 14. In the previous video we fought the Magic Knight of Doom and that was pretty much it. This may even possibly still be Part 13 and I don't know how I'm going to edit everything because I have a little over an hour of Magic Knight footage from that boss fight, but I don't really know how much of that I was talking for. So, you know, if it ends up as only like 30 minutes of usable footage, then this might still be part 13. I don't know. But yeah, I guess also to talk a little bit more about that fight, since I didn't really go into detail, because basically I had stopped recording for the day, like midway through the fight, and then it was kind of bugging me, so I came back and beat it later that night, but I didn't want to be too loud. And I just stopped recording as soon as we could save the game again. Basically, what I ended up doing is, I think I went over it a little bit. I just took Scorpion on everyone and said, let's fucking go to town, gang. And that's pretty much what we did. Because I don't really know how feasible it is to slow roll that fight. Because of his disorder, you basically can't survive his buff phase. Like, I mean, if you have Reen with S-Craft up, but that's not really feasible to have at all times right now with the auto CP up, and I'm not using the accessory because, I mean, would it really be a Cold Steel Let's Play? I mean, technically this isn't Cold Steel anymore, but would it really be a Trails Let's Play if I wasn't intentionally making things harder for myself? And we are using some things that I maybe wouldn't normally use, like we used that, well, we used a Brave Seed, but we got that from a chest. It's just this Brave Soul and this Dragon Incense. No, we used our illegitimate Brave Soul. This is the one we got from beating Mateus. So far it's just the one Brave Soul we used that was illegitimate in the Mateus fight, because I really didn't want to, like, redo the first two boss fights to change our setup to make that fight not hell at the start. But yeah, did Scorpio because I just, after doing it for a while, I came to the conclusion that he had way too much HP. It was not viable to do anything but a burst down strat, which I'm not super against burst down strats. I just think they're very boring if you do them all the time, and if they're the only like viable option. Now, once we start getting more like defensive capabilities, maybe we won't have to do that all the time, but generally, I prefer the slower fights over the, like, let's just keep retrying over and over until we can get the perfect string of damage to kill the boss on, like, you know, the 7th turn. Or on their 7th turn. Sheesh, my son Luke isn't getting any younger. It's about time he started looking to settle down. You're lucky, Reen. You have your pick from, not just Elise, but all your fellow class. God, get some new dialogue, lady. We'll look out for Luke, all right? We'll set him up. I've lived a long life, but I've never seen these kind of massive changes we witnessed over the last few years. These really are turbulent times. Has that finally come to an end? Have we just entered a break in the chaos? I'm none too sure either way. What I am sure of is that it'd be wonderful if this peace continued. These sorts of earth-shattering shifts in the world never happened when I was younger. Back in my day, we just invaded the countries and they laid down and took it. There wasn't any old, you know, summoning demon fortresses in the sky or whatever. We just said, give me all your money, nerd. And then we killed their people. We took their money. And then, you know, a few decades later, they were proud Erebonian citizens. Hey, Reen, have a good soak? Just be careful not to stay out too long afterward and get the chills. I won't, don't worry. I'm guessing you're not off work yet? Yeah, a bunch of vegetables came in the last trip of the day, so I'm going around delivering them to everyone. Some dead of night, your ass is asleep, you hear a banging at the door, you get up, wiping the sleep out of your eyes. Is this motherfucker here with some corn? It's your nighttime corn delivery. It is full get up, just walking around handing people corn at midnight. Why that is such a funny image to me. Listen, Reen, I hear you're planning on leaving tomorrow. We are? Is the Empire about to get caught up in something big again? I can't say for sure yet. But don't worry, we'll do everything in our power to make sure it doesn't. And once it's all over, I'll be back. You better be. Alright, then I'm happy to put my faith in you guys. And listen, is there anything I can do for you, big or small? Just let me know. Thanks, I will. You want some corn? How about a tomato? If you want something besides that, that's all I got on hand at the moment. Your students all seem lost in thought, so I can't help but worry. But if you're sure everything is going to be fine, I'll put my faith in you. Just don't ever do it, and don't be afraid to ask for some help if you need some. If you need some corn. Or a tomato. What up? What stunning glasswork you purchased, my dear. We've got our hands on quite the souvenir thanks to you, Luna. I thought exactly. I never knew you had such a discerning eye for fine wares. You had the perfect amount for everything, too. I'm so impressed. You've really grown up, Luna. I sold him our castle. I did my best to make something else out nice, but to be honest, it wasn't just me. I never could have done it without Claire's help. She taught me so many things, they all proved super useful. Lady Luna, I had no idea. I'm just pleased to have been of service. It was more than worth answering your questions. I was a bit worried about how things might turn out, but I ended up finding something great. I'm going to keep learning and get even better at shopping. Today was quite the day. By the by, apparently the source of that villainous scream has already been dealt with. Probably by someone cooler than you. You have the look of a protagonist, which means you're a loser. You're not as cool as some non-playable character. I'm blessed to be able to live in peace with my family like this. Who's here to die for? My daughter went shopping all on her own. This will be a day I'll never forget. Alright, what day is today? You probably don't even know. You probably don't have it up in the top corner of your screen. I've been keeping watch over the young lady all day. Believe you me, it's been nerve-wracking. But hearing her speak such genuine words of gratitude warmed my heart. I look forward to answering more of her questions, and I'll do all I can to ensure she grows into a fine young woman. There was a strange crowd outside today. It was really scary. Alf held my hand and tried to protect me. Nothing ended up happening, but I guess I was wrong about him. He was almost cool? Well, just a little. I mean, he's a non-playable character. He will grow up to be cooler than Reen. And Lloyd, and Estelle, that other guy who nobody remembers. That crescent shivers down my spine. Sounded just like the one from 2 years ago. You don't think the same thing's about to happen all over again, do you? Sir Mateus took care of it. We don't need to worry about a thing. How do you think we should be drinking a toast to his health? Seem to be a couple toasts deep already. I imagine that has me a little concerned, but I need to focus on the prince right now. I guess that's the one benefit Estelle has, is that she doesn't show up in the games enough that she doesn't get to get embarrassed in cutscenes. She's been saved of that development in the story. I mean, she loses in some cutscenes in Sky, but like that felt more like legitimate. Because usually when you lost in a cutscene in Sky, it like kind of made sense. Kiki's been on cloud 9 ever since getting home. I'm willing to bet something happened with Alf. So, you lot are heading out tomorrow morning, are you? Gonna get quiet around here again with you all gone. Not much to be done about that, I suppose. Just make sure to turn in early tonight. Good night's sleep will get you on the road feeling refreshed come sunup. And don't forget to get your nighttime corn. Actually, now I think about it, Estelle and Joshua, they did fall victim to losing in a cutscene in Zero, kind of. I already went in here. When you're fighting Yakum, right? They get all paralyzed too. And then Lloyd got to be cool for the last time.
There's Kurt on the lookout platform again. I think I'll see how he's doing before heading home.
Nope. I mean, we will, just not now. Is that silver-haired girl one of your students? She's adorable. Silver-haired girl. Not ringing a bell. You know, I've been wondering what kind of place Thor's is. I'm envisioning a crucible where the flames of passion are enkindled between the beautiful heirs of Airbolnian's future. The drama. Saying you're fantasizing about children? I mean, no. Isn't that Airbolnian pastime? I mean, Where are you, Altina? There you are. There you are, Altina. Good to see you. Good to see you, instructor. I was just expecting my equipment one more time to prepare for tomorrow's mission. The Imperial government seems to be intent on keeping this crisis completely under wraps. Access to information about it, even within the Intelligence Division's database, is heavily restricted. The direction of the operation itself still hasn't been decided, but it's fair to say we have our work cut out for us. Perhaps we'll still fulfill it, just as we always do. Right, we owe it to Prince Oliver to see this through after everything he's done for us. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I kind of wasn't paying that much attention at the time, but like, didn't we like get... We didn't really get new crafts, but they got upgraded, right? I don't really know what changed. I think was it break always an S here? Or was it just an A earlier? And then you got your new old S crafts. You didn't get one, but you got one. It's just better. And you didn't get a new one, which is good, because this one's really strong. If you can get that free defense down, it really helps for the burst potential. I mean, it's how we beat Mateus and how we beat the Magic Knight, was basically we just got... I think in the Mateus fight, it was we got a 0 craft, so we were able to double centers and get a defense down, which gave us the extra damage we needed. And then in the Magic Knight fight, I would have Ash go first to try and get defense downs before we started bursting. When I heard that roar, I was terrified, but Kiki was even more scared. When I decided I'd stand up for her, I feel like I had fire in my blood. I think I might finally understand what it means to have the spirit of a swordsman. I mean, thank you so much for everything you've taught me. You're more than welcome. You know, that resolve of yours might be the first step down the path of swordsmanship. Personally, I think the first step is having a sword, but what do I know? Whenever you go stronger from here on out, it's up to you. I keep that in mind, because I will not be helping you. Reen has to look after too many children already. All I saw be stocking rare products without any care as to whether we need them or not. Oddly enough, they typically sell quite well, but we managed to stay out of the red. But to be honest, this sort of thing's bad for my heart. I laugh so I don't cry. We could buy a La Forte now. Which is nice. What other cool shit do we need? How does Chrono Burst work in this game? Gain 2 additional turns. What the fuck? I mean, I think that's how it works in the difficulty mod too, but... Did it? I don't know. Chrono Burst, it works differently in the different difficulty mods. Because I only really used it in CS1. And then, like, after that, I was like, I'm not going to use it anymore. I think it used all your mana, which maybe it still works like that here. I don't know. Because I do know it worked... Because in CS1's difficulty mod, you granted, it was like an accelerate. Like a targeted accelerate. Which was very strong. What up, doggo? Not bad, big fella. Woof woof. Sounds like Badoo's taking her liking to you. I've always been pretty good with dogs. About that news, wasn't what I was expecting here. I think the prince would get off so easily. I mean, considering he had a whole ship explode around him and he was okay. I think he's fine. We probably got worried too much. I'm inclined to agree. Let's put it out of our minds for now. I'm counting you tomorrow, Ash. When are you not, Schwarzer? I will say, I mean, I like Oliver a lot. If after doing the big fake out death in CS4, if they actually just killed his ass off, I would respect that from a storytelling perspective. Just because, like, it would definitely be very unexpected. You thought we weren't gonna kill this guy? Wrong. Now that his life is all set up and he's super happy and everything, this is when we strike. It's not that I want that to happen or anything, but I do think that would be very funny. I'm so sorry, it isn't right of me to ask our guests to help clean me up. It's only right that I pitch in and help my future mother-in-law. Lady, get a hobby. Learn to play some cards, something. You know what they say, idle hands are the 77 devil's tools. I suppose you're right, there's no shame in wanting to help each other. Good. By the way, mother, do you have any fun stories about the instructor when he was younger? Thought they may come in handy for reference. When Reem was a child? He did kill that monster and then came home soaked in blood, and then he was like kind of mentally fucked up for the next decade. Was that fun? Yeah, think about it. I'm sure his childhood photos are in there somewhere. Would you like to take a look? I'd love to. Too late. She's already gotten to mom. There's no stopping this girl. Do they have restraining orders in Erebonia? Probably not. I'll never forget when Reem was little and still getting used to life here in the manor. He was so earnest but stern, only made him all the more sweet. That's cute. Please tell me more. Ma'am, I'm dying to learn about our beloved instructor in his younger years. I think that's my cute about before I hear anything more. Do you say anything in particular? Instructor, don't be a stranger. Come and join a little chat. That's okay. I think I'll pass. I know the circumstances surrounding Prince Oliver and Cher are concerning, but you can't let it consume you. See, more of that, less all the other stuff you do. What, on the phone talking about how to murder us all? Oh, she's in deep conversation about a mission. Still time for the meeting is scheduled to start. Maybe we should go back outside for a while. Oh, there's a meeting scheduled? I thought we were just vibing. I thought we were going to bed. I already had the meeting. You've already checked the Isengard range? My pupils and I split up the search, but we didn't come across anything that seemed like a potential clue. That said, we're only keeping our eyes peeled for signs of an airship. Anything more would require more manpower. Fair enough, we can take it from here. The locals know this area well, so if there are any clues out there, we'll find them. Feel free to head to your next destination, Vander. Much appreciated. The question is whether to expand the search area westward or turn our attention more towards the east. I also need to figure out what's going on over on Mueller's end. Mueller? We need to commence the search as soon as possible tomorrow. The only question is how far afield we should go. There's been no unusual activity around the hunting grounds I visited lately, so we can probably exclude them, at least. Okay, so let's talk to you. Then, was it Yuna in there? Yuna and then Kurt? Oh no, the temples, or the chapel still? So I'm really uneasy this afternoon. Well, was it because I sensed the big monsters coming? I can't be jumping to conclusions. I should go and investigate whether those monsters are supposed to have appeared. Can't be too sure. Don't set off tonight. Could you at least wait until the morning? Suppose you have a point. It'd be easier to investigate while the sun's up anyway. She's used to traveling, but I can't help but worry about her. But with Dad and Lord Mateus here, she should be okay. I was hoping to set off on the mountain today, but you should always expect the unexpected when traveling. Still feel a little uneasy, so I think it's best to be cautious here. Rethink my schedule. Can I leave? No. I didn't really want to, but figured I'd check. What are you doing out here, Purple? Just waiting. Don't worry about me. Right, the two of them are really alike. Well, I'll leave you to it, but it's really cold, so try not to stay out here for too long. I was so focused on my own feelings that I didn't stop to consider Maple's. I'm the one who has to make the final decision, but I should have confided in her too. After all, she's the only sister I have. Okay, actual sisters or like, you're just very close? Because if you're actual sisters, then I think Maple is a true Erebonian, if you know what I mean. I've heard something dangerous was showing up over in the valley earlier today. You must have all saved the day once again to protect us from it. Is there anything you guys can't do these days? Beat up a NPC that the designers think is cool. Is there anything you guys can't do? It's nice of you to say, but truth be told, we couldn't have done it without Lord Mateus' help. Even so, you also clearly gave everything you had to keep the rest of us safe. That's what reassures me, Yrene. So thank you for that, really. Please tell your students that I appreciate what they've done. You're too kind. I'll be sure to pass on your message. They'll be happy to hear it. Remember when these guys beat up McBurn, an extra-dimensional alien? Yeah, Mateus. I mean, at least they did let us kind of win, which is nice. Which just bothers me how badly they handled the Rufus stuff. Like, you know, I've been thinking about, I think I said this in a comment on the one of the Rufus video went up, that, like, part of the reason why it annoys me so much, too, is that, like, there's so many different ways to have that go without Rufus soloing the entire extended SSS. Like, you can have Rufus win there, and it'd be like a defeat for the main characters without it being, oh my god, Rufus is so strong, he easily beat everyone without breaking a sweat solo. Like, everyone attacks at once. It's, you know, I think I mentioned this in the video itself, that Lloyd loses a 1v1. I'm fine with that. Maybe the SSS beats Rufus, and then he's like, you know, good job, but at the end of the day, we still have a bunch of soldiers with guns pointed at the civilians. Stand down, or else we're going to start shooting. Then the SSS stands down. Or have them mind control all the civilians. The civilians are going to attack the SSS. The SSS has to retreat or stand down because they're unwilling to hurt the civilians. You could even have it be Rufus prove a point about how the SSS isn't prepared to do what's necessary to protect the sovereignty of Crossbell because they're unwilling to hurt these civilians to prevent the state from being taken over by a dictator. I think that'd be an actual interesting point to make. And instead, it's Rufus so cool. Look how cool Rufus is. Because I think that's the main reason it annoys me. It's not just that the series has a very annoying history at this point of the main characters being incompetent in cutscenes. It's more that, like, there are better ways to have done that, I think. Like, I mean, those are just things that I thought of kind of on the top of my head, right? That feel much more satisfying and interesting than some dude shows up and he's cooler than all of you. Instructor Reen, came to enjoy the foot bath since we'll be heading out tomorrow. It's so relaxing that my mind must have wandered off. I've been thinking about all sorts of things. I know the feeling. The foot bath seems to have that effect on people. Anyone know it'd be you? I guess this falls under the scope of your hot springs expertise. I'm worried about Prince Oliver and Cher, but that just makes me more pumped to give him all tomorrow. Same here. I'll be counting on you. We'll be going all out in the search for Prince Oliver and Cher tomorrow. We may as well make sure we've rested up so we can give it everything we've got. Damn true. Damn true. Yeah, I think we're ready. Hello, Kurt Vander. Hello, Reen has had a bout of paralysis. Oh, I think my controller may be charging. 1 second. Okay. Yeah. That was the issue. I didn't charge it overnight now that I think about it. Unfortunately, the cord is kind of short, so I have to, like, have my hand stretched out to still keep using it while it's charging. This view is just as beautiful in the evening as it is in the day. Yeah, on a clear night you can see a whole sea of stars over there. Thank you for supporting me today, instructor. I feel much more confident in my own abilities after the battle earlier. Glad to hear it. But you feel like something's been bothering you. Well, there is something. So, Kurt Vander feels like you only ever use him for his blade dancing. Kurt Vander never really gets to do anything. He feels like he's just a blade dance bitch. And Kurt is fine to do what is needed for the team, but Kurt Vander sometimes wants to not be in the back line. Kurt Vander sometimes wants to do more than just be there to manipulate turn order or wear off a disorder or, you know. Do you get what Kurt Vander means? I know Prince Oliver's disappearance is weighing on you, sure, but I feel like there's something else in your mind. You really can see right through me, can't you? thought about how that magic knight had 4 swords. That'd be cool. What if I had 4 swords? Think I could do it, instructor? Maybe I could like hold 2 in my armpit and then 2 in my hands? No? Okay. I'm gonna take your silence as a no on that one. I trained under you for so long, I was finally able to show my father how much I've improved. I even got to black hole his ass. Between that and the fact that we Vanders are once more able to serve as guardians of the Imperial family, I should be happy. The man I swore to protect is no longer within my reach. That's what's bothering you. Well, if it makes you feel any better, Cedric's a big nerd boy. The rumors of him becoming an Ouroboros enforcer are certainly concerning. Without a doubt. I mean, they'll just take anybody nowadays. If they are indeed true, I cannot say I don't understand what drove him to it. All his life he was denied the freedom to choose his own destiny. He was treated as an object, sheltered as a youth, and then used and tormented as he grew into a man, all because of his royal blood. Yeah, but he did try and blow up his brother and all the innocent civilians inside, who presumably weren't saved. I don't really care that much about Cedric. So when he was given the chance to live a life of his own, choosing for the first time, he took it. And I can empathize. Yeah, he could do that without being evil. You could just leave. Like, you don't have to join the evil organization. You could just leave the royal family and go do your own thing. Oliver did it. I mean, he wasn't crown prince, but still. It does make a certain kind of sense. Of course, that empathy does not mean that I've given up on bringing him back. I think I made that perfectly clear when last we spoke. I told him that we need to start seeing each other as we are.
I don't know when I'll have the chance, but one day I will go and find him. I don't know where we'll take it once I do, but if nothing else, I want him to know how I feel.
Did Kurt Vander say something strange? Not at all. I thought I was gonna need to give you some encouragement. You picked yourself right back up. Just like you did when you were knocked off that cliff earlier. I still haven't quite wrapped my brain around that one. I was just acting out of desperation. That's all. Your father really does think too highly of me. You and the others would have grown up just fine even without me. I'm inclined to disagree, instructor. Well, maybe me. The rest of them, they were screwed. Do you have a chance to talk to him? A little. We ran into each other in the springs and he gave me some excellent advice. And then I may have tried to swing an invisible sword at him. Naked. I don't want to talk about it. He may be a man of few words, but he possessed a tremendous kindness. He was so kind when he knocked Kurt off the damn mountain. And then has shown literally zero affection to him for like his entire life. So kind. I was honestly kind of intimidated by him at first, but now I can see the caring heart under that scary exterior. Should have known it wouldn't take you long to see him for who he really is. Outside of combat or training, he's a gentle, kindly man. He doesn't smile much and has never been one to speak his feelings, so he's very easily misunderstood. He once learned the local children were scared of him, spent the entire day upset that he could have caused them any distress. Did he kick them off the mountain? That'll teach them. It's a learning experience. As absurd as that sounds, it also makes perfect sense. You really do respect him though, huh? I have to. Or else. He's the pride of my whole family, myself included. I'm glad to hear it. Well, I'm gonna head off. There's still a while until the meeting, but try not to stay out in the cold too long. I'll be sure to stay warm. See you later. You hear about that man delivering corn on the cob to everyone, Rain? Is that a normal occurrence here? Spring hasn't quite taken hold at these altitudes just yet, and it may as well still be winter when the sun goes down. That's true, I wouldn't stay outside for very long. I won't. I'll head inside before it gets too cold. I'd also like to enjoy the air for a little while longer. Kurt, they have air inside. I mean, I know what you mean, but like, it'd be kind of cold. Okay, I guess we can head back. Bathe me? Okay. You're bathing too long, Reen. 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 Okay, that charged everything. That's cool. Now, if only ancient Ymirian helium machines could do that. If only. We had this technology back in Sky 3, and then it was lost to us forever. I mean, technically the healing machines didn't heal you, but you could always easily go back and heal before boss fights, which was nice, and I really do dislike that the game's completely got rid of that. Because it is always very annoying to have to grind up everything before a boss fight to do it optimally. Alright, let's keep on keeping on. Now that she's deep in conversation about something work-related. Should I wait here until everyone's ready to meet? Yeah.
Everyone, if I could have your attention. I'm afraid I have terrible news. Crossbell's signing ceremony today was disrupted by a surprise attack. Crossbell has been reoccupied.
For the 34th time.
Huh?
By who? What happened?
Cool guys. The coolest.
I can't believe it.
You need to go lie down, we quite understand. Don't worry about me. Not just so sudden that it took me a minute to process it. No way in hell I'm gonna sit around sulking when there's work to be done. Well, if you're really sure. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have broken the news to you more gently. That was careless of me. Claire being careless? What? Don't sweat it. I imagine you must have been pretty stunned when you found out too. But at the same time, I don't think Yuno would want to be treated with kid gloves, so I mean, it's probably the best thing. I just want to know the details of what happened. Lloyd got embarrassed because he can't be cool anymore. One thing, who would do this? Good question. Can you fill us all in? Of course. I praised Lord Mateus of the details earlier, but you all deserve to know. As mentioned, the signing ceremony for Crossbell's independence at 2 p.m. today came under attack. The assault was the work of a military force led by Rufus Alborea. Rufus Alborea? He was arrested, right? Yeah, the problem is the prison he was put in was also the prison that a bunch of school children were able to infiltrate. So, in hindsight, maybe we should have put him somewhere else. He was, yes. But last night, the former Governor General and his subordinates escaped from Aurochs Fort where they were being held. Though their breakout certainly puts us on high alert, we had hoped to keep this information from going public and causing confusion during the ceremony. Unfortunately, it seems people had to find out in the worst possible way. You're saying they escaped one night and then were able to take over Crossbell the very next afternoon? There's gotta be more to this. Agreed, we're clearly dealing with something that has been carefully planned. What about Lloyd and the rest of the SSS? Lloyd got stabbed and is dead. Come to think of it, they were supposed to be helping with the ceremony security. I'm afraid I haven't heard anything about the SSS so far. I'm sure they did their best to hold off the assailants, but rumor has it they got their ass kicked by 4 regular soldiers. Yes, the individuals that helped kill 2 gods got their ass kicked by 4 soldiers. I suppose all we can do is pray that they're alright. You kidding me? No way any real harm could have come to him with Randolph there. No, Randy is apparently useless. I have to agree, I'm sure the members of the SSS are all just fine. What happened after the initial attack? Rufus's military force spread out, defeating the CGF and taking control of the entire region. After which Rufus dubbed himself the Supreme Leader, and proclaimed the establishment of the United Nation of Crossbell. That sounds ominous. Also like we've heard this before. The words right out of my mouth. His new title and proclaimed rule make it clear that he wants to rule the entirety of Crossbell once more. I mean, at least he's got good taste. Well, too bad, because we're not going to let him. That's right. It wasn't obvious. Rufus Alvarez acted alone, without the government or Imperial family support. But why did this now of all times? Do you have any idea what his goal could be, Major? I'm afraid not.
I will be the one to bear the responsibility for His Excellency's actions. It is the best way we can go about quelling the unrest in Erebonia and solving the issue of Crossbell all at once.
See, this is why we shouldn't just forgive people at the drop of a damn hat.
I can think of no better way for us Ironbloods to honor him.
I don't want to think he was lying when he said all that, but I mean, it'll probably be either he's... I mean, there's three things. A, it's not Rufus. B, he's mind controlled. C, it's part of his Giga Brain plan where he has to be like a piece of shit, but actually he's a good guy the whole time. That's probably the three explanations. One of those three. I mean, personally, I think I would prefer it if it's just like, hey, the lying piece of shit was lying. I think that would be my favorite explanation. If there wasn't any jiggery pokery and it was just, nah, Rufus is a piece of shit. I don't know why you guys even pretended to forgive him. Quit forgiving people so easily. I would actually respect that a lot if that was the message. Put him aside for the moment. What's the current situation in Crossbell? I'm concerned about how the surrounding nations must be reacting too. Apparently Rufus's black-clad soldiers are blockading all routes in and out of the region. Both Erebonia and Calvert seem content just watching how everything plays out for the present. It makes sense for the Empire to be reluctant to interfere in Crossbell's affairs after the war. I mean, considering this is their fault, yeah, they should interfere, actually. I mean, if some rogue members of your military invade and take over a country twice in the same year, you gotta do something. You gotta have some fucking accountability. Oh, whoops, I clicked off the screen for some reason. I don't know why I clicked anyway, but... the Republic's silence is a little more unexpected. Both countries suffered major losses from the Aeons and the Septurion of Zero when they attacked Crossbells 3 years ago. Oh, was it major losses? Because I was also told it didn't do anything at all. I'm guessing they are going to forget that in a hurry. Those losses ended up leading to the Civil War here and the economic crisis in Calvert. But Calvert is like a playing it safe for now until they know what they're dealing with. They're not just going to stick this one out forever, are they? I doubt it. It probably won't be long before they start making moves. It isn't likely to end well, given that they've steadily been increasing their military strength for a while now. Well, I mean, to be fair, they did have a country basically just trying to declare war on them a few months ago. I'm gonna say that's a little partially Erebonia's fault. You know, if you're constantly saying, hey, we're gonna invade these guys and fuck them up when they build up their military in retaliation. I mean, not that the Calvert is necessarily the good guys, but they generally come across as the less bad guys compared to Erebonia. All communication with the region is being blocked, so I'm afraid that's all I know. Now, that's also partially just because Calvert isn't quite as fleshed out as much as Erebonia at this point in the series still. But yeah. So sorry, I can't tell you how your family is doing, Yuna. I'm sure you must be worried about them. No, it's alright. Your explanations made me feel a lot more at ease. Doesn't sound like the soldiers occupying Crossbell are going to hurt innocent civilians. I'm worried about those who would try and resist the occupation. People like Lloyd and the rest of his SS. Hope they're all okay. There are a lot of other people we know in Crossbell right now, too. Which is also concerning. Elise and Shara, they're representing the Rhymefor company name too. And then, or Lisa, I think I said Elise, but then Toa's there representing Thor's, and Machias is also there on behalf of the Inspectorate. They're also to attend the signing ceremony. They're all lucky targets in the event of an attack too. Hell, it'd be surprising if they weren't targeted. Thank you, Ash. That puts us all at ease. Fucking got him. Like I said, I'm sure everyone's fine. Remember, nobody ever truly dies. We've been through more than our fair share of trouble in the past and came out the end in one piece. Remember less than 1 calendar year ago where we defeated the ancient evil? That goes for Lloyd and the SSS too. I wouldn't be surprised if they're all working together to get the situation under control. I mean, in theory, aren't they in prison? I mean, I can see how they could have escaped. I mean, Riksha could do some ninja stuff, maybe? I don't know. There's a part of me that's like, shouldn't Lloyd be in prison? And it's breaking out of prison round 2. All he needs is a pipe to take out the entire prison complex. I'm sure they are. All we can do is believe in them. I assume you finished discussing the crossbow situation? If you would, Major, I would like to discuss the other matter at hand. Father? There's something else? A video recording was recently delivered to the Intelligence Division. It doesn't directly concern what happened in Crossbell, but I think this is something that all of you should see.
I am C, leader of the Reborn Imperial Liberation Front. With the iron-blooded monster slain, the Empire had claimed its key to enter an era of peace. Alas, it would seem his poisonous beliefs are now being carried on by zealots, espousing nonsense of a united nation.
Well, I mean, the United Nation part doesn't sound that bad.
To those who support their losing game, and to the ignorant politicians who allow these dogs to bark, I say this. We shall see you pay for your crimes. Our first target was the foolish prince and his wings, now bound to inaction.
What did Oliver do?
Our next target shall be the muck and mire that gathers in the Vermilion City.
Oliver's like one of the few base people in Erebonia. There we go. Somebody's finally taking responsibility for the prince napping. By the name of C, too. Why does that ring a bell? Oh, yeah, I guess you weren't involved with that. Oh, well, back when Crow was a terrorist, before we forgot about all that, he went by C. C was an alias used by the leader of the Imperial Liberation Front, a terrorist group who opposed the late Chancellor Osborne. His true identity was revealed to be a Thor student you all know very well, Crow Armburst. Yeah, that checks out. Still, I know, none of this makes any sense. Crow has no reason to be using that name again. I don't know, I feel like Crow would think that's kind of funny. I could kind of see that. Maybe a little insensitive. But he did kill a lot of people at the fortress, so it would be the least of his crimes. And even less reason to abduct Prince Oliver and Lady Shara. I mean, somebody else has taken his alias for their own? I think it's a safe assumption. Unfortunately, I don't have a clue as to Crow's whereabouts. Can you get in contact with him? I'm trying, but he's not picking up. What do you think Crow's doing? I know I went to Dry a few days ago, but beyond that, I can't get through to him, just like I can't contact Elisa and the others. Could something have happened in Jirai? It's been a hotbed of conflict lately due to the independence movement, so that is a possibility. There's always a chance that he was caught up in something unrelated trouble. I have faith in Crow. Even if he did caught up in something, he'll get himself out of it. I know it. Sure, guy's always in a wily one. Either way, that video does tell us a few things. What, the sea guy's an idiot? He's targeting the wrong people? Because, I mean, if he doesn't like the idea of a unite, shouldn't he be attacking Rufus and not Oliver? We can't be certain of this new C's identity. I think it's safe to assume they are responsible for the prince's abduction. They also seem to be in conflict with Rufus Alvarez and his faction. But judging by the timing of the prince's abduction, you must wonder whether they saw Crossbell's occupation coming. And if they did, that only raises more questions. Either way, now that we've got culprits, we gotta work on going after them. Indeed. I think our best clue will be the last part of the recording. I feel like dude would have a much better chance of success if he didn't send the video. The muck and mire that gathers in the Vermilion City, huh? Nobody knows where that could be. My ass has got to go back to the sewers, doesn't it? God. We gotta go to the grave of the Bone Dragon. First, when the prince is abducted, and then we get the mysterious declaration. That was a lot to take in. Either way, I can discuss it with my classmates tomorrow morning. We can describe how to best approach all this. And then you're gonna play some tunes on the radio? Tunes on the radio? It's very conspicuously placed. Oh, no, it's the window.
I know it's March, but it's still cold to be out at night, Yuna. Especially in areas that still have snow on the ground.
Especially when you don't wear any pants.
What are you doing here, instructor?
I feel like it's your legs that'd be cold as hell.
I could sense you out here from inside my room.
Oh yeah, I can do that, by the way.
Given how late it is and how new you are to Ymir's weather, I couldn't help but worry.
You can't just whip out those super senses for any old thing.
Maybe. But every time they prove useful in a situation like this, I'm glad I spent time honing them.
What are you sitting down for, anyway? Aren't you here to make me go inside?
This isn't the academy dorm. There's no curfew here. If you want to stay up a little late, I'm not going to stop you.
Wow. You sure you should be saying stuff like that to your impressionable students?
I don't know if it's a good idea to call yourself impressionable students, considering the fact that Reen can romance all of them. Just kind of calls to eye the power dynamics at play.
I don't think it hurts once in a while.
So you're not going to ask me anything?
No, we're just vibing.
I'm not even sure where to start. I feel like you're the one who has to be willing to open up here.
Open up? You think I'm just trying to act fine when I'm not, don't you?
But we don't think that, we kind of know it.
Not just think it. I know I'm correct.
See, we're on the same wavelength.
You are. You are, but how many times has this happened now? Over and over. Crossbell finds itself in danger, and every time I get all worked up and cause more problems for everyone.
You're not really responsible in the slightest.
I'm just tired of being such a burden. So what choice do I have but to bottle it all up and deal with it on my own?
I get what you're trying to say. But you're missing the fact that everyone wants to help you when things go south. That goes for all your classmates. And me. If it was the other way around and one of your classmates needed help, wouldn't you want to give it to them?
Well, yeah. Of course I would. But I think you're the last person I want to hear that from. I get you're our instructor and all, and students aren't supposed to be the ones teaching the teacher, but...
That's not why I don't turn to you. Thing is, I have the same problem you do. And I need to work on it too. But turning to your friends, or your students, for comfort and advice isn't a sign of weakness. That's what they're there for. And that doesn't change, no matter how many times you have to do it. You help each other, so you can move forward together.
Base speech, Reen. Good job, my boy.
Then... can I
Go on.
turn to you for comfort now?
Of course you can.
We fought so hard. And we thought this this was finally it. So, why did they go and take it away from us again? Why can't Crossbell just be free? What did we do to deserve all this? Just leave us alone!
That's a great
You
scene.
feel a bit better now?
A very good scene.
Yeah. But now the embarrassment of all that crying in front of you is really starting to set in. Anyway, don't worry about me. I'm fine now, really. No matter how many times people take our home, we'll just take it right back from them.
That's what I like to hear.
Well, I guess it is getting late. I'm gonna head back to my room. So, thank you for lending me your coat. I'll give it back now. I don't want you being cold either.
Yeah, coatless Reen is not a thing. We don't like that.
Thanks. Good night, Yuna.
Where's some damn pants?
Well, I'd better get to bed too. It's been a really, really long day.
Right. So, overall, Reen's Act 1 is better than Lloyd's. Just like the story stuff. I think I maybe still, I still really like just talking to everybody in Crossbell. That was a ton of fun. I really, really, really enjoyed that. That's probably like my favorite part of the game so far. But the actual story of Lloyd's arc, like in Act 1 at least, the prologue's cool. But the Rufus stuff, I don't vibe with it in the slightest. The combat in Reen's arc is really good. I enjoyed the fights. My only complaint is there should have been like a break point before the Mateus fight, so that could be maybe like, so you could make the Mateus fight a little bit harder, but not have it be tied to the 2 previous boss fights beforehand. Basically just have it be like after Muse and them break out, you have the chance before they go walk over to join up with the crew to save the game and access that orbit machine real quick. That would be basically all it has to change there. The Magic Knight fight was pretty good. Yeah, like the combat was nice. I enjoyed it. And Ymir was cool. And I liked the way the Mateus fight was handled. I think was pretty good. That's a much better way to handle the like strong character thing. It didn't really feel unsatisfying. They even threw in the retroactive Reen could have probably taken him, but he's not trying hard because reasons. Now, unfortunately, Lloyd doesn't get the benefit of it out there, which is annoying because they could have, if they had to be like a 1v1 duel or something, and it's Lloyd loses because he doesn't want to kill Rufus. I actually think that'd be pretty cool as an explanation for why he gets bodied. Alright. So, okay, we may not. Guess we have to do the third route now, whatever this is. Like question marks route, and question mark? I actually could have ended the video there.
Stop right there! Hand over the case.
Who are you? You're not bandits, are you? Are you going to hurt
This random girl's gonna be able to beat up the 4 troops that destroyed Lloyd in them.
But that's
Check the contents.
Well, that thing's gonna explode.
It's just a stuffed animal.
Did we get the wrong person?
That's not just a stuffed animal, silly. It's one of my special ones.
What the? You set us up!
What the? An exploding teddy bear?
Nice job, S.
There's another one! They're down to 3. Let's get them down to none.
Okay.
Now this is the one thing I do know. I know who these two are. Because I was told back in Cold Steel 4. Well, I wasn't directly told, but when everyone says, hey, read 3 and 9, read 3 and 9, it's really important for the next game, read 3 and 9, I know who you two nerds are. I don't remember your names, but I can definitely... I remember Needle Lady and you use 2 swords. So what do you do? Mark. I don't know what the hell Mark is. Mark. I mean, presumably it does something that probably causes an attack to do more damage. Do you have Brave Orders? You do. Oh, we should call the video here. I am Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.